Hello, welcome to A Time to Think. Today I just want to quickly address, since it's so miserably hot and I'm in a robe with a hood. Anyway, just want to briefly address something that some have pointed to and said, oh, here is a mistake in the Bible. Well, maybe not. Matthew, I believe it's Matthew, says that Judas hanged himself. Hung, whatever the correct term is. Anyway, Matthew says he hanged himself. And then Acts, it says he fell and his guts spilled out. People are like, it's a mistake. The Bible can't be trusted. It's full of errors. It's full of mistakes. Honestly, please, people, think critically. Don't just say, oh, well, it's two different things, and so it can't be, it has to be a mistake, etc., etc., etc. Gee whiz willikers, people. Honestly, give it some thought. So here, I wasn't there now. I don't know what really happened. As I said, I wasn't there. This was, several years ago, I guess. Anyway. Judas goes, he betrayed Jesus. He knows, boy, I'm an idiot. I can't live with myself. Jesus' followers will come after me and will tear me limb from limb. I can't live with what I've done. I'm going to end it. So he ties a little noose and hangs himself. Okay, family's going out on a picnic. So they're driving along. Well, okay, maybe not driving along. And the dad looks ahead and is like, oh, goodness gracious. Someone has hanged himself in that tree. And I don't want my kids to see this. So he stops the buggy, horse, whatever, turns up, puts it in park, and was like, listen, kids, just stay here for just a minute, and keep playing your video games. Just don't look out the window. So family's moving along, and they see Judas hanging in a tree, and the dad's like, this is too upsetting. Don't want the picnic ruined, and my kids to see this. So he jumps out, he runs up, he cuts Judas down, he throws him off the nearest, cliff. And then when he hits the bottom, it's awful to think about, but he's dead at this point anyway. And so they go on to their picnic, and then a little later someone else comes along, looks down the cliff and says, oh, that man's dead. He killed himself. He jumped off this cliff. So you have one situation that's seen by different people at different times and recorded as such. And what do you get? Oh, it's a mistake in the Bible. It's a mistake in the Bible. I don't think it was. And that's a very simple explanation of what could have happened. Again, I wasn't there, so I don't know. But, he hanged himself. People saw him, cut him down, threw him off the cliff because they didn't want to deal with, they don't know this man. It's not their place to bury him. So they're like, well, we don't want everybody walking along the path to have to see this hanging dead body. So let's toss it. And they do. And then someone comes along after a while and sees the body and says, well, he must have jumped. No, he didn't. He was just tossed. The dead body was tossed off there. And then it was fresh, so hit the bottom. No mistake. I don't know, again, I wasn't there, but pretty simple explanation. So think about it. Is it really a mistake in the Bible? Well, maybe, I don't know, but very well could be that the Bible's right. and then just two different people recorded the situation from what they saw. What's the thing about the blind people, or the blind people that are blindfolded, each having a different area of the elephant, trying to figure out what it is? I have to look that up sometime. Or maybe you can, when you're bored, have nothing better to do. But for now, keep sending those cat pictures back and forth to each other, and, you know, LOLing and JKing and all those good things. Have a good day. Good night. Or whatever.